I do like that Lamar was like, in his like thing in his video, he was like, I know this isn't what we wanted, but I got. He was basically being like, I know this isn't all we wanted. He's definitely focused, dude. He wants to come back next year and get it all the way. I was just talking to Zach, though. I was like, dude, I'm already on the Orioles train.
It makes more sense. It honestly makes more sense for us to win in 24 just because it's 12 years from the last Super Bowl, and it was 12 years from the second Super Bowl.
And the last time,
the first one.
And the last one we lost the AFC Championship.
Or is my mic
we
low?
came back the year later and won the Super Bowl. So
there you go. There you go.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, last time we got our hearts broken like this in the AFC Championship, we came back and won.
Yeah, so, this sucks losing like Mike McDonald and shit. That sucks.
I know, but look who we got.
I know.
Dude, but
I like Zach Gore, but
I like
2
Zach
years in a row going out on a fucking goal line fumble, though.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That's fucking weird. That's weird.
Is that what it was? That was
Yeah,
the last
of
play?
Tyler Huntley shit.
Wait, hold on. That was a good one.
Hey, we should call it a conspiracy of Ravens.
Yeah. Oh.
Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished.
Sounds good.
I want to talk about me. I want to talk about number one on my me. I mean, that's a fucking.
That is a banger. That is a banger.
I mean, should have been a cowboy.
Oh God. I should have been a cowboy. That was
Damn.
his breakout single.
My people said cowgirl.
All right, don't disrespect the man like that.
No, I'm sorry. I don't even know. I never listened to his music, so.
Yes, you have. If you grew up in the
Well, I mean, I
90s.
heard it. I'm just saying I never put it on my, playlist. And...
He does seem a little higher. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
but Toby, man, rest in peace. Did you guys? Anybody see the Instagram of the kid singing?
Yeah.
Singing
He was
Toby
crying,
Keith.
singing
Just
Should Have Been a Cowboy.
he's probably like 7, and he's
No.
just sobbing singing Toby Keith. It's like I wish Toby could see it. Rest in peace. Rest in Keith.
Yes.
So
The Dixie Chicks feel about? Do you think they wished his demise? Do you think they remember that whole
Yeah. What was
fucking
that
thing?
whole thing? That,
you know what? That's another thing. Go ahead. I'll let you guys get into this.
But they were
before I
like
get into my
super, like
Dixie
this was some
Chicks
kind of liberal
conspiracy.
shit. It was some kind of I don't even. I'm not into country music like that shit. I'm sure you guys aren't either. I don't know if they were like protesting the war or something at that time, or like they were doing like anti like American shit. And Toby was like, not in my fucking house. And like fucking
Oh,
went,
no,
yeah, it was that
okay.
kind of shit.
So, yeah,
I
I'll
don't know.
elaborate on this. The Dixie Chicks were one of the only people, celebrity-wise, and I'm honestly, now that I look at how the media's run and how everything's, like, manipulated to the point, back then it was so much easier to manipulate the narrative, but the Dixie Chicks were, like, the only big people to come out against the Iraq War
Yeah, some shit.
when after 9/11 happened.
Mm.
And after 9/11, you better not fucking question any move.
I know.
That George Bush's approval rating was so fucking low. 9/11 happens, and the man could do no wrong.
Yeah, I know.
And literally, Dixie Chicks came out, and then people were like, I remember watching it on the news when I was like 10, 11 years old, right after 9/11. People are burning their CDs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Literally in a big ass bonfire, they're burning their CDs.
Where the fuck they go? That's a
By the way,
misguided.
who the fuck
they-
bought a
I mean-
Dixie Chicks CD? Some fucking big ass redneck was like, "I'm fucking burning these Dixie Chicks." Fuck this.
It was like the Bud, it was the Bud Light, the Bud Light.
I never liked them
situation
dykes
now.
anyway.
Yeah, it's exactly the
Bud
Bud
Light.
Light. Someone goes to Walmart, buys a pallet of Dixie Chicks
Yeah.
fucking CDs,
Just to
and
burn
then
'em.
unloads on them with a fucking
Yeah, like
AK.
Kid Rock.
Gives
Yeah.
them money to burn. Nice.
Yeah,
You know, hey.
that's the move.
Mm.
So, yeah,
That's crazy.
fucking Dixie Chicks. But yeah, Toby Keith, dude, he was the man. He's the man, bro. I still can't get over how amazing Tom Segura's like fan base, Your Mom's House fan base has went after
Garth Brooks
for
like killing him.
The troll.
Or
This
something.
this is literally the biggest troll I've ever seen in my entire life happen on Instagram. Are you aware of this?
I know that they have some beef with Garth Brooks. Just
Okay,
in
so
general, but
there's this crazy outlandish conspiracy that every city Garth Brooks toured.
oh, there's like a missing person.
Yeah, there's like a missing person.
Multiple.
There's like multiple missing people that go missing that coincide, and people go thousands.
Like
of people
missing
go
that,
over it.
like that went to the concert.
Just like just like went missing and just
in
died.
whatever city that
Yeah,
he
in
goes
whatever
to.
city that he's touring in at the time. So somebody's like went through and found like all these tour dates, and the man tours everywhere like 300 days a year. This is gonna happen a bunch of times, but if you get enough data, it's like convincing. So these crazy people have made this crazy conspiracy, which the people who made it know it's ridiculous, but it's fun. It's saying Garth Brooks is a murderer.
And they always
You know what
comment
I mean?
on shit like, "Where are the bodies, Garth?"
So Your Mom's House highlighted this conspiracy theory, and they were just thought it was the best thing ever. So Your Mom's House, this is Tom Segura, the guy that hangs with Bird all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They went to they go to the comments in every fucking Garth Brooks Instagram. Go to Garth Brooks Instagram. He's turned off the comments on all of his shit because it's literally like, the families deserve answers, Garth. Where are the bodies, Garth? My sister's been missing since September. And there's maybe like 2 or 3 comments of people are like, we love you, Garth. And the rest of the people are like, what are they talking about? Bodies. But 90% of the comments are like, the families deserve answers. Like, it's hilarious, bro. It's the biggest troll
I can't
I've
believe
ever
that
seen.
Is there a lawsuit pending for that? Because that can be.
That's just weird because you got
defamation,
yeah,
right?
exactly. That's
Well, they've
there must be
said,
some sort of truth behind it,
Yeah,
right? Garth's like,
exactly.
let's not have them dig too deep.
he
into
doesn't
this.
want to go to
Something crazy.
Discovery with that.
There has been a couple missing that I sacrificed for my my career right now. So
it's his followers. So he's got 1.9 million, and I bet you
0.9.
half of them
Po-
are
0.9.
Tom Segura fans, because he's turned his comments off. I follow him. Like, yeah, okay. So he's turned his comments off on all of his posts. But what'll happen is, like, Amazon Music, I think, has the rights to his shit. Well, he can, like, he streams exclusively on like one platform, but or Spotify or something. They'll post something with Garth and not turn the comments off, and then the fans go there. So let me just read a couple of these comments really quick. Okay, 1,000 comments on this one. Okay, the first top comment is, can you guys help me understand why are there so many comments? Where are the bodies? What's going on? This is the top comment. And then next top comment, where are the bodies, Garth? Sad that you performed at Obama and Biden's inaugurations. Okay, never mind. That's we're not going
That's
there.
another. That's a whole other can of worms.
That's a whole. We won't open up that. Okay. This one's. I'm having chest pain. Where are the bodies, G? Then they call him G. It's so fucking good, man. It's literally and then he doesn't allow comments on all of his shit now. They're all just turned off. You go there, there's no comments.
That is awful.
This man has millions of followers. He can't even manage his social media because a comedian has more pool right
And it's
now.
kind of a weird person to like point out, though. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's
Yeah.
there could be some sort of truth behind it. That's all I'm saying. Not every conspiracy theory is just pulled out of thin air.
Dude.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
know?
be something where
You
like
know?
a documentary comes out like 20 years
Yeah.
from now, where they're like,
Well, if you look, have you guys seen Garth Brooks?
It'll be
and
the
how
next
he
big
interacts?
Netflix.
Nah, he's weird.
uh,
I know he's
Do
weird.
you guys see how he
it's
interacts?
gonna be called "Where Are the Bodies?" on Netflix. We're gonna be 40, see that on Netflix. We're like, oh shit! What the fuck?
That was right.
It's
How did a touring artist manage the greatest and lengthiest serial killer run of all time?
I mean, dude, that's not that crazy. It's not. It's crazy, but it's not that crazy. Look at. Nobody thought fucking Bill Cosby would be the most prolific raper of all time.
He's one of them, definitely.
I mean, name someone that's gotten away with more.
I mean, R. Kelly did for a while, but I guess his wasn't really raping in a sense, but in that kind of thing. But well, we can't say that word.
Yeah, we
Too
can.
early.
We can. No, it's been enough time. I don't care
Right.
anymore. If it's just like they take an episode down, oh Christ! We'll
Yeah,
just
true.
record another one,
Yeah, it's fine.
and we'll say waterheads and retards and
Mongoloids.
mongoloids,
Yeah.
and we'll say, whatever we want. It's America.
To an extent.
I wanted to say something, but I didn't. So how much of America am I flexing right now? I'm flexing like 80. I'm flexing 80% of my
80% of
America
freedom.
right now.
80% free speech, right?
80% free speech, bitch.
Another 20 I'll save for
85.
my bathroom in the mirror.
I want to get a little more.
Where are the bodies?
I want to get a little more established in life, have a little less going
Fully
on fully established before I go 100% freedom speech. You know what I mean? You guys are catching my drift.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a lot of shit in the chamber.
I've just been building up for years.
I got statistics on statistics.
Spreadsheets, everything.
Yeah, that's funny.
How many points? Yeah. Okay, no, real quick. Watch this just quick little snip of Garth Brooks talking, and it seems like he may be a serial killer.
Put that to the mic.
Garth Brooks here. You know what today is? It's the 7th anniversary of Inside Studio G. So what do you say tonight on Inside Studio G? Let's do a little Garth request thing, okay? I'll bring my guitar. You bring the songs. Let's have some fun.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You imagine being locked in a basement.
And he's like,
Pick a song.
No, he's like, I'll bring the guitar.
Let's have.
You
some
pick
fun.
the songs. Let's have some fun.
I just play a little music.
That was unreal.
Yeah.
What were
What
what were
was
some of his
that?
big hits? What were some of Garth's big
Oh,
hits?
Thunder Rolls, bro.
I
Remember
don't
that
even
song?
fucking know. I think
Thunder
my mic's gotta-
Rolls.
Oh, so that's another thing. So they always say
Yeah, I think Dom's
Yeah.
just a little quiet.
you should be blue. So it's like with his song "I Got Friends in Low Places."
Oh, is that him? I know.
Yeah, so they'll just be like, "Oh, I bet you do. You got the bodies and the
6 feet low.
yeah, yeah." So honestly, the documentary we're talking about
that is too good.
yeah, the documentary you're talking about is going to be called "Friends in Low Places" for sure. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no other.
Yeah.
Or it's just called Bodies.
That's a funny
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Where are the bodies, G? But I think that's where a lot of conspiracy theories come from. Is that they're fun to believe. There's a lot of fun shit to believe. Nick Coons gets triggered by some of them. We encountered that the other night. He got a little triggered by me and Zach questioning the existence of
No,
dinosaurs.
wait, time out though. To be on that
Oh,
page,
God.
to be on that page, honestly,
That
like
is a fun one.
Like that is like,
Super
but literally, it's one of those things where like I came across like on a fucking Instagram reel, right? Where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
the? I mean, is that where I get my news and fucking all my history from? Like, hey, babe. Bones, they're not real. They plant them, like fucking like what? But anyway, so that's what. But there was, and I kind of did do a little deep dive, and then my brain, I'm like, of course, I'm drunk and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fucking like, hold on now.
You're like closing one eye to read it.
Things like this does like I see this, but it. Yeah, so, but anyways, I can see how Nick Coon would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?
You mean-
you fucking weirdos?"
It's like, you mean these bones weren't all still attached by ligaments? They had to put them together like a puzzle?
And only
I know some
scientists
people-
find them.
I know some
Yeah,
people
oh,
that
yeah.
are pretty
Never been
bad
some
at
random guy.
puzzles.
Yeah.
Never some
There's some
random
good
guy
puzzle
found
people.
a T-Rex head digging for a fucking
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it never happens. So shit like that. But I know like they found like mammoths and like shit like that. But I think that's different than like a dinosaur. I guess like, that just seems like like part of evolution. Like in present time, elephants are still here. That makes sense to me. I guess
Yeah.
I can put it together. But seeing a fucking T-Rex, you're like, no, it's a fucking chicken. You're like, no, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the one that I think's funny is that I like a lot is that T-Rex actually had wings, and
Yeah,
they
and
were
like
more
feathers.
like dragons.
Yeah, I thought it was like
yeah,
a velociraptor. They say had feathers.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Well,
that's
they
what
said
it is,
that
yeah.
they possibly could have had feathers because they like checked out
They're vertebrae.
the vertebrae, how that vertebrae sits, and then also the throat. Some of the like they found they did like somehow had a
I think
mold
it's cool.
mold of the throat. Because remember in the Jurassic Park
Yeah, that sounds
when
like bullshit.
when the yeah, that's dude. Imagine
Oh, we got a mold of the throat.
Dude, if they have a mold of
Yeah, how? You got 2 bones in the neck, you got a throat. What the fuck you talking about? The fuck
I
you
don't know.
mean?
But, I mean, the way Nick explains it, that's when you go, "What are you talking
No,
about?"
yeah,
but it,
All
like,
you
if
gotta
we
say
really-
is some science mumbo jumbo
Yeah.
that everyone believes that. I'm
Yeah.
not buying it.
Yeah, you told us to get some shots a couple years ago, didn't you? That was science, anyways.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
don't get me started
Sorry,
on
sorry.
that.
So hold on. That's true. If you really have the mold of the throat, I want a raptor throat fleshlight.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Apparently, velociraptors.
I want to
weren't-
get
weren't that
prehistorically.
big.
I want to get prehistorically.
like
throat
like
They
goats.
were
small, right?
they were like the size of like
cats.
They were like really tiny,
Yeah.
not really tiny, but like they were like
They were not what
in
the
what we
movie was.
pictured.
Yeah,
Well, the
every-
6-foot ones from Jurassic Park weren't like.
yeah. They apparently were
they
like,
were like
3 feet tall.
Big, 3
Yeah.
feet.
That's fucking scary,
But
right?
still a pack of
Yeah,
3
fucking a
foot
bunch of them bitches
velociraptors
nibbling your fucking calves.
That's
My
like
God.
basically like a pack of wolves,
or 10-year-old boys.
about the size of wolves. If you've seen a real wolf, nah, more like 13.
I don't know. I think if you put me in the ring against 5 velociraptors, I'm kicking the shit out of them.
I mean,
Dude,
I don't
We're
know,
gonna
Dom.
get some-
5 of them
And they-
against one human being.
And they jump up like a turkey and scratch you, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta,
dude.
I think
Their
you really
nails
gotta worry
were like
about the
piranhas.
talons more
I
than
think.
the bite.
Well,
ribcage.
I think it's gonna take a good time before they actually can incapacitate me. I think I grab one initially right off the bat, just fucking sledgehammer it into the ground.
Sure, you
See,
grab
now
the
I'm
alpha
up against
'cause
4.
Yeah.
Kick another
okay.
couple, keep them at bay. I mean, if you get the initial one, just
Exactly.
the first one that jumps, grab it by the neck, sledgehammer that shit into the ground. That one's done.
Yeah.
Then you're up against 4, getting some scratches, getting some stitches for sure. but I mean, you grab another couple by the throat, fucking stone cold
Smash
Steve
them
Austin against each other.
Now, how are you?
And then the last one fucking dips because they're smart. They're smart.
Well, you got a
creatures.
lot of throat grabbing going on. Have you now done some studies on this mold that, before you
Yeah.
went into the fight? Are
I
you
mean,
like-
I'm
lot of
just
the
saying,
throat.
I got a lot more scientific basis behind my theory than the throat bullshit you're pulling up.
And the vertebrae.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. You didn't really. When you said velociraptors, when you were saying I think I could take on 5, I thought you were going to say 10-year-old boys in a ring, and I was like,
Oh,
okay,
that's
for sure. I'm like,
Oh, no,
for sure I was with you.
I bet you I could beat more velociraptors in a
You
fight
know,
than 10-year-old boys.
think about
I
it.
don't think so. I would no. Here's the thing: the Raptors don't have the fear. You kick a 10-year-old boy in the head.
I want
Chickens
10
don't
so
have
hard
fear either.
that
The
the
rooster.
fearless 10-year-old boy.
Okay, so we're thinking fearless 10-year-old boys. Okay, it's a different story.
Yeah, because but the rapper
10
thing, there's an
black
alpha
10-year-olds.
losing.
Yeah.
They
10-year-old
gas
city
out pretty
kids,
quick.
yeah.
Right?
Losing.
It's all the backwards.
Yeah, it's interesting theories. On
No, so
dinosaurs.
I like the
Think about it.
the T-Rex with wings theory because dragons are in every fucking culture and they have these little retard arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would make more
so
sense.
if you add wings to those, cause think about like any kind of like
or
actual,
if you just put them on the back and they just had those arms just so they could hug each other.
Yeah, I feel like a
It was
pterodactyl.
like an intimacy
Yeah.
thing.
Pterodactyl probably was the most terrifying dinosaur. Because imagine,
Probably.
like, you see a
Oh,
T-Rex, you like, I gotta run it. Well, imagine just looking up in the sky and seeing a 30-foot fucking
Bat.
bird.
No,
just
honestly,
flying
probably
that-
bigger than that because there's like 30-foot. What was that? What's that condor that's like? It looks like a bald eagle, but it's giant.
There's no
There's
fucking
30
30
foot?
feet.
Yeah, the wingspan, bro. I'm looking.
No
it up.
There's
way.
no way.
because bald eagle, what they got like a 12-foot wingspan?
Dude,
I know
I'm
that.
telling you.
From
Do they?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I
bald
know they're
eagles got-
fucking
Yeah.
a lot. They're a
If
lot
there's-
bigger than people think
Yeah,
they
If
are.
there's
are.
not one that's
They're like 3 feet tall.
if
Yeah,
there's not
that's
one-
fucking terrifying.
if there's not one that's I lost my
Have
head.
another cig.
Yeah.
Sorry to bum all these, but I'm feeling.
If there's
Can you
not
grab
a
me a natty
bird,
light out of there, Coon, too?
if there's
It's
Jesus
fucking Saturday,
Christ.
boys. Come on.
You gotta
Yo,
do
let me
everything
get one.
for
Let me
Dom.
get one
Yeah,
too, bro.
I mean, come
Let
on,
me get one.
Saturday.
Oh,
We
yeah.
gotta fucking.
Yeah, I guess I'll give me one.
Come
Yeah,
on
fuck
now.
it.
Some Chris Natty lights.
That's true.
Fucking Saturday. Super Bowl's tomorrow. Are we American or are we not?
I think
Can't
I'm gonna
drink
watch
at 11 a.m. Right.
I think I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. I think I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl from Bikini Bottom.
My brother's having a thing, by the way. If you do want to come by, but go ahead, finish the.
No, like you guys seen what Nickelodeon's doing? They
Oh yeah, how they're
remember
like,
last year they did the Toy Story Super Bowl.
No,
where
I
the
know that.
You guys didn't know that?
No.
Hey.
So the Toy Story Super Bowl was like, it was the plays as they were happening, but they like CGI'd it in Andy's bedroom, and like all the players were these little cartoons. It was the actual Super Bowl, but it was like cartoon. It was made for like kids. It was the coolest thing I've ever
So
seen.
what they just like
so now they're doing it.
superimpose
The
cartoon
programming.
characters
They're
on them?
trying to get the kids to be back into fucking football.
Honestly,
So they're
I don't
making, you know,
mind. I don't mind this program. This is fucking creative as shit. Creatively fuck the brains
Okay.
of the
As long as you're like learning how to creatively fuck with the children.
yeah.
That's important.
exactly. Be creative
So
with
don't
it.
just
exactly.
don't be gross.
At least entertain me.
Don't
You
be gross.
Brainwash my children.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's they're doing from Bikini Bottom. They're doing the Super Bowl this year. So hold on, I'm going back to that bird real quick. I'm saying 30 foot. Anybody else want to put a number in? I'm saying if there's not one that's alive right now, it's lived in the last 100 years. That's had a 30.
You're saying largest wingspan?
largest
on a bird?
wingspan? Yeah.
I think it's a bald eagle. I mean, right? Well, I would say all time or just like now, like present. Like in, this
in the
don't-
last
you
in the
said
last
12 feet,
in the
which
last
I-
100 years.
I'm
You're
pretty
saying
sure 12 feet.
which I don't think even a bald eagle is 12 feet, but
I wanna
I'm
look
gonna
that
go.
up.
I'm gonna go 12 feet. There's no way.
I want to look at what the bald eagle wingspan because I want to know because I felt like I learned that in school, so I don't know if I was lied to.
Okay.
A snowy albatross has a 12-foot wingspan.
Damn,
What
so what's
the
a bald eagle?
So an albatross has a bald eagle.
While we're on the topic of birds, you know, Coon rattles off about planes and cars and shit. I fucking not only do I like ravens because we're the
Yeah.
that's my team.
Yeah,
They are the most interesting fucking
they're so
birds
smart.
in the world,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
they
they
are
are.
so fucking
Yeah,
smart.
it's crazy.
They apparently have the intelligence of a 7-year-old
That's
child.
right. I found that recently. You seen that video of them like playing with the fucking cups?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a video of a raven talking?
No.
They
All
can
the time.
Nick,
Talk
pull that up.
8-foot wingspan on
Nick,
the.
Is that
Pull
what it
up
is?
a-
Oh, that makes sense.
go on
They're
YouTube,
3
look
foot
up
tall.
a
so
raven talking.
That makes sense.
No, they can.
They have as dynamic of a voice box as a parrot because what they do, they're scavengers. So what they do is if there's an animal that's dead, they don't feel like picking it apart and doing all that shit. They'll actually do a call of the predator of that animal. And that, let's say a fox or whatever, will come and eat and get whatever.
What they
And then
want.
now that it's opened up, then the ravens will go in and eat the scraps.
Wow, they picked up on that. That's fucking
They can
smart.
do. There's a video of one with a British accent. Click on that one. Click on that one.
This
the top
girl?
one, yeah.
Play that shit.
Old Spice shampoos.
I love it.
This is
Sponsored by
brought to you
Old
by-
The
I'm
Ravens.
actually
The
wearing
Ravens
Old
do ads.
Ray Lewis.
I'm actually wearing Old Spice right now. This episode is brought to you by Old Spice, Liv Moss, and
What?
it's a collaboration.
Dub for men.
Axe Spray, Doritos Locos Tacos, featured by Old Spice,
Burger King.
Burger King spray.
Have it your way.
But yeah, so this is a raven talking,
Yeah,
and let's go.
Show them because they haven't seen it.
I've seen them tons of times.
I haven't seen this.
This is brought to you by Talons and Teeth.
Ravens are excellent at mimicking sounds they hear. Mischief, can you say hello?
Hello.
What?
Good.
Jesus Christ.
He does all sorts of voices. Can you say hi? Hi. Good job.
Bro.
Sounds better than a fucking
Sometimes
parrot.
he hears people who have a cold.
Sounds better.
Actually, sounds like a person.
Good job.
He can
Mischief.
cough?
Bro, that
They
was
actually
incredible.
not only can they mimic
Can
the
you
sounds.
say hello?
Let's just repeat.
Hello. He's all excited. Well, hi. Hi.
They
Hi.
sound like people.
That's so
they
weird,
don't
bro.
even sound like
yeah,
animals.
Parrots like, hello, hello. Parrots all sound
Can
like
you
fucking
imagine-
quirky. Yeah, weird.
Can
That's
you-
not a good guy.
Can you imagine leaving your window open, coming home late at night, and you walk in your door and you just say, hi?
Or you walk out your door at night and a raven says hello to you. That's fucking
Hello.
hard.
no wonder Edgar Allan Poe wrote that
Yeah.
poem. He probably hammered his
Jesus.
shit, saw a raven go, nevermore. He was like, what the fuck?
Nevermore.
Quoth the raven, nevermore. Everyone's like, shut the fuck up, Edgar. He didn't say that. It's like, I
Good
swear-
day,
Oh,
sir.
that's incredible. That's wild, dude. That's unreal.
They can recognize faces. They hold grudges.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I saw the study where they hold grudges. They,
To like other bird, like
no,
or
to
just, like,
people. They can recognize your face for like years. They had these people wear masks and do like weird shit to them,
Study,
right?
yeah.
And like do this weird shit, and then when they would come back with the mask on, the raven would they would just
They would
fucking
go
taunt-
crazy.
They would taunt him and like squawk at him.
Holy shit.
They also, when they develop a good relationship with people, they understand the concept of money. It's weird. Like they will go and find
currency,
they'll find things that are shiny and bring them to people because they think it's because they see people trading coins and shit. They'll actually go and find metals and bring them to people because they think that that's what
Ravens are dope.
What's also
Why they're
crazy,
so dope.
What's also crazy is what Dom was saying is they can conceptualize more than that because I saw a video where this Raven was bringing a guy paper money. So it's not even like it's like shiny equals like where it's like
they understand.
I've seen people exchange this on the fucking street
wild.
or something. You know what I mean?
Tell you what, fucking crows. I don't know. The guys are similar to ravens. They're not. I mean, ravens are raven, but jacks can't stand my dog. All the birds, whatever, just kind of don't give a fuck. Crows and shit. He hates them fucking so
They probably
much.
fuck with
That's
him.
what I'm saying. I don't know.
Probably hate him too.
I don't know if they're like taunting him. That's because they like quack, quack, and he just looks up and like fucking barks at him. Just the only one. So I realized I was like, he must know they're fucking smart or some shit and be like, oh fucking.
My brother said one time he was driving and he saw a raven on the sidewalk and he could just tell by the way it was acting. It was super intelligent. Like it was acting like a person, like looking around and shit. And he made eye contact with it. And my brother said that my brother's also slightly autistic, so that could be a part of it too.
Yeah.
But
The tism.
the eye contact with the raven, actually, like when you like make eye contact with a person, and you look away because like, oh, he literally did that with the raven. He's like, did I just look away from a raven because of awkward eye contact?
I actually
That's weird.
I actually thought you were gonna say that your brother looked at the raven. The raven like gave him a head nod.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? Like yo, what you looking at?
That's crazy. That's
I've been seeing them a lot more lately. There's a couple that live on top of the Towson Commons.
They're big as fuck.
Ravens
Ravens are pretty fucking big.
I always see crows and shit up in the trees. But I
You've
never. I don't know if I've
you've
seen
seen
one.
a raven.
Also, when you hear them, you can hear like if you go out and like our family owns a farm up in Western Maryland.
Yeah.
You can hear them all the time. They sound instead of like a raven or a crow where it's like
Yeah.
a raven's like kind of sound like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, crows are fucking intelligent too. You can
Yeah,
same
they're the
kind of
same
bird,
family.
yeah,
yeah,
you
so-
can teach them to bring you stuff too.
But yeah, it's
My dad used to raise crows.
What? Really?
He had outside his bedroom when he was living with mom and everything, he would feed them and they would come and every morning he would open the window and they would go fucking ballistic. They would wah, 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 wah. They would be fucking I forgot what it was. It was like a nest. In fact, I could call him.
I can't see.
Should I call him?
if you want.
I can't see Pop being cool with this.
I'm gonna call him.
Call him. I can't see Pop. I could see Pop right now being like, God damn it, the fucking bird shit's everywhere, all over my goddamn house. What do you think, you're Crow Man?
I'm
Crow
calling,
Man.
I'm calling him right now to tell
The
the story.
Crow. I love that movie.
In front of the mic. So
You remember that movie, Zach? The Crow.
you're on the podcast. Don't say anything racist.
Hey, Dad. I'm on the Nick's podcast right now. We were talking about crows, and I talked about how you used to procrew baby crows. How did that work? What was that whole situation?
Well, I used to practice hitting golf balls down at the golf course, and I would hear the crows getting fed. I think I remember teaching you guys when you would hear them get fed, that really loud noise they made, you could tell Mama was feeding its babies. And I would try to locate a tree where they were getting fed, and usually, hopefully, it would be a pine tree. Not always. A lot of times they're real high up in the trees, but I would try to find a pine tree because they're very, very easy to climb. And then at night, when the birds are, disoriented and all that, I would climb up in the tree like, 10 o'clock at night in the summer, 11 o'clock at night, and go up there and take a bird out of the nest. The mama would fly off, and I'd take a bird out of the nest, and then I would,
Kidnap
you have to watch and make sure they're big enough and all, obviously. And then I'd bring them home. And there used to be a dog food called kennel ration, which came in a can, and used to feed them a whole can of kennel ration dog food a day.
Hey,
They're literally like raising a dog. They're that smart. They're super smart.
Where would you keep them?
And then they would come back and fly in and get fed once they learned to fly, and they would hang out, and then like the other crows would follow them, and they would see them getting fed by us, and the other crows didn't like it too much. They'd just make a racket, drive them out of the
where did you keep them? Or like,
I just had a little cage like the size of a crab pot. Not a crab trap, but a crab pot.
like the commercial ones.
Yeah, and I have a cage about that size with a door on it. and a little stick going across it, and keep them elevated so you could put paper underneath of it, so you could clean up all the mess. And I mean, you would see them things walking around there, and as soon as they would see you in the morning with the food, they would just start squawking, making a super duper right. Shove the food right down their mouth. They just would swallow your whole finger. I swear to you.
so
Shoving it down their mouth, give them water, and then at a certain point, they would get old enough to where you didn't have to keep them caged. It would only take about like 3 weeks, and then from there, you would just raise them like any kind of pet. It was freaking awesome. I mean, the neighbors loved it. I did it for about 3 years in a row. Mom actually, I was dating Mom when I had one. I think she named it Black Feather, which was original. And then they would come back. But I think the last one I had when I lived with my mom and pop. So like when we first moved, and they were the neighbors. They were Italians. And I think I swear they were Italians from Italy, like born there. And I think they were spooked by these black birds flying around the house all the time. They literally complained about it to me. So I was getting older, and the novelty were. But yeah, they would keep. They would come around as a pet for like and play around till September, or like I should say like late October, and then they would just sort of just make their own way in life. And but it was really cool because they don't sing like a bird. They have a voice box, and so it's I've never tried to do it before, but apparently you can teach them to
we were just pulling up videos of ravens talking.
Well, that's different now. A raven and a crow aren't the same thing.
I know, but they're the same family.
Yeah, but I mean, I think even it's for certain that ravens can talk, but I'm pretty sure that crows have a voice box the same way, But they're super duper. I mean, ravens and all that, they're super duper intelligent. Like you can't realize how intelligent they are until you're around them, and they just look at you, but they have this intelligence that's obviously not like and it's such a weird equivocation, but not like the morality of a human being. I mean, they're like thieves, they're looking at you, and you can tell they're just looking you over like somebody that would rob you. They're just always looking. Wow. What could they steal from you? They're looking at your pockets, and they're looking at at those kinds of things. So it's pretty amazing. But that's one thing you would notice if you ever had one, is how intelligent they are, and how unlike human beings. How like dogs, even dogs are less that way. How like if a dog's always trying to scheme, sitting under the table, and the moment you turn your back, they jump up there, they'll eat the whole freaking turkey if you let them, or they'll try to get away. Well, except that crows are like more overt about it. They're just, the minute they see you, they're sizing you up. Like, can they eat you? Make an alliance with you, or steal something from you.
That's crazy.
And you'll see that all the time at the golf course. Not to go on about, but as an example, at the golf course where people eat at the ninth hole at Mount Pleasant. If you went over there, you watch the guys. They get a hot dog or something, and they set it on their golf cart, and they go to they go to tee off their golf ball, and then let's say here's young freaking crows come in there and grab their hot dog. They're just something else.
That's sick.
So are you with Nick now? Tell him I said hello.
Yeah, he's.
Hey,
we're on
Uncle
the, I'm holding the thing up to the microphone right now.
So
Okay.
I got a question. How many crows throughout the 3-year period do you think you crow napped?
Well, I actually had a very, very good friend. I miss him dearly, Jerry Durfler. He was the first one to get one. He had a friend that was like a forester, and that guy went way, way high up in trees, like really serious climbing on tree limbs with ropes, because crows, would do that. And then I developed a different tactic where I wasn't going to do that, and I identified him in pine trees. So Jerry had the first one, and then I would say for 3 summers after that, so figure age like 14, 15, 16, and 17, I got my last one when we moved to the house in Perry Hall. And so for a 4-year period, we did it for 4 years.
That's pretty cool. And Pop was cool with it? Like, I could see Pop being pissed off about it. He was okay
he
with
loved
it?
He loved that kind of stuff. When I was a kid, I had this Greek kid, Demetrius, Jimmy the Greek. We had this Greek kid. There are Greeks up the street. They used to raise pigeons, right? And I'm like, how the hell you get those pigeons? And the Greek Jimmy, he would go out on the I-beam. I don't know if you ever noticed like how I-beams on a bridge are. And he wasn't a real big guy. He would put his hands on on the inside. You know how I-beam has got two. I can't explain it, but if you can picture
It's like a
I-beam,
T.
he would get
It's
on
like a T,
on
yeah.
one side of the I-beam, put his hands on the top and his feet on the bottom, and shimmy out to the first support column and get a pigeon off of the nest. So I had a pigeon before that. And,
Jesus.
And we kept that in an aquarium. That was pretty cool. And but Uncle Phil's the one that had all the reptiles. Christ, we had we had a swimming pool when we were kids. That there's above ground swimming pools. And in the winter time, you have to take the liner out of it. Christ, we went around and brought home like 15 box turtles we had in there, throwing lettuce and tomatoes into them. And apparently, Pop, when he was a kid, he brought flying squirrels back from Western Maryland. So he was all into them, just hillbillies, and just all into it.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks, Uncle Tony. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Hey, congratulations to you, and I love you, and I miss you.
Thank you. I love you as well.
All right, buddy. You guys get back to your podcast.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Dad.
That was
Dude,
great.
back when people lived life. Like, think about that.
People
they didn't
were
have
real.
internet.
No
Catching
Xbox.
They
birds.
didn't have
Yeah,
internet,
bro.
I'm
bro.
gonna raise a crow.
I'm gonna raise
Yeah.
I'm gonna
fucking
steal a fucking
crows.
crow.
You know what's weird though?
I want to live in those days.
Yeah, even the
I
kids
know,
now, like,
dude.
like
I wanna
finding
live
a
in that,
turtle,
too.
dude. I was
Yeah,
the
when
kids don't just like
we
find
used to
turtles
find
and
like
shit.
lizards and shit,
Yeah,
and just
I mean, they died. We killed them, but like
I just never
you know,
even
Let's go back
imagine
to
the
82.
next level of stealing a bird. Like a
Yeah.
land animal is one thing, but
Yeah.
climbing up in a tree, stealing a bird, and then creating it and making it
That's
your own.
wild. That's a whole nother fucking.
That's next level hillbilly.
you know what's
kid
fucked
shit.
up?
It's smart. It's just smart to even like do that, right? That's so smart. Like the hillbilly genius is something special.
And it's also like you don't
Making
even
moonshine and shit, and making moonshine and fucking catching squirrels.
We can't afford a pet. Just go steal one from the fucking woods.
Wait at night to take it from its fucking nest.
I feel fucked up now because during the summer there was a bird that like fell out of its nest and it's like hopping around trying to get up to the top of the
Did
tree.
you just kill it, put out this misery?
No, I'm just like I could have caught that shit and just raised it myself.
I mean, it happens. There's shit
Because
like,
I guarantee I got eaten by a cat. 'Cause there's tons of cats in that
Yeah.
neighborhood. So I'm guarantee if a cat came through and murked it anyway, like I could have raised a little canary. Could have been canary boy.
You see shit now. People like fucking find like random
That was sick.
alligators
that was
and
awesome.
shit. But that was dope.
I never actually heard that whole
was
story. He
funny.
would always just say he would raise him, but that's insane.
Dude, we need to get your dad on the pod, and we
Yeah.
need to.
My dad versus Uncle Phil
Dude,
debate.
yeah, that would,
Fucking
they're brothers, so that would be like insane,
On
dude.
different
Like,
sides of the.
They honestly probably
just
have
love
a
how
lot
the
more
older
in common
gen
than
talk.
they believe.
Yeah,
but
Like, I just like the way they explain things.
here's the thing about our family: we love to argue.
Yeah.
It's not even like a. It's not.
It's like
even,
sparring.
It's sparring. It's literally not even like it's debate class. Me and Dom could agree on something, but we're going to. I'm going to find something to go against what he's saying, just to spar with him to sharpen his point up, his side up. So when he's sparring with somebody else, he's wrecking them. Like in our family, and that's like I really had to relearn how to talk to people outside my
Oh my
family.
God.
But in relationships, you try to fucking do that with your girl. She's like, "Why the fuck are you being like this?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm
Yeah.
literally just this is Christmas right now. I'm just trying to like spar.
Christmas.
I'm just fucking around." But it literally is debate class, especially with like the Selesky, like that whole side, and watching Uncle Phil and your dad spar is like two masters of the craft. But I love when it always got to the point of just like them sarcastically laughing at the other whatever the other person said. It's like, for crying out loud. And then you
Because
just
that's the other thing is that's also where we get the comedy from. Is like it was debate mixed with like roast battling.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Dude. Yeah, I mean there's been so many times where I've gotten into like arguments with people where like everyone else around is super uncomfortable and like thinks it's about to be a physical fight, and then everyone's like, why are you so mad? Calm down. And I'm like, it's hard to explain, but I can't even explain to you how not mad I am. I'm literally
I'm
elated
happy.
right
Yeah,
now.
I'm so
I'm
happy.
not. I don't feel any ill will towards this person. In fact, I like this person more than any of you guys right now.
Yeah,
I'm not
they have
mad
a
at
point.
this person. It's not going to be a fight.
Yeah.
And then there's been other situations where I get into a debate somebody and and they get angry, and I'm like shocked that they're angry. They like get mad and start to like want to fight, and I'm like, dude, I thought we were just fucking around. He's like, well, you fucking yelling and this and that, making me nervous, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, sorry, I'm just fucking around. I just like to argue.
This is just the conversation, and I think that's kind of how we've gone as a society, where we've gotten a lot like way too sensitive, to where like before, like they want if you're a Democrat and you're Republican, you're not allowed to be friends. If you're black and you're white, you can't hang out. Like that's how our media is portraying this shit right now. And if you go to reality, it's nothing like that. Some of my favorite, some of my closest people are retarded. I mean, Democrats, and like they, I love them to death.
Goddamn right.
And
I mean, I think it's all, like I said, it's just also, I think, I know I like pressing buttons. So like that's it's a big, like, if I can sense that, like, from my, I mean, if I can, even if you were like, if I can just find something that I know it's gonna like kind of, because Nick Kuhn, I do it to him all the time, which I gotta stop. Lauren afterwards told me, she's like, you gotta stop like fucking like purposely trying to get Nick Kuhn riled up.
Yeah.
But I find it funny. But he doesn't find it funny.
No, it's like, why am I even friends with you? It's not even funny anymore. It's like, I'm tired of like associating with retards that want to believe everything that someone else fucking tells them.
I do love that.
But I feel the same way when the government, you believe everything the government tells you.
I don't. That's what's hilarious. I don't. You think that I do like
You're doing it right.
everything to the line. I don't though.
we just watched it in real time, guys. We just watched it happening real time. No, but it's because I think
I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
I think where we get to though.
Call.
Yeah, your mom. I saw your mom's been calling you.
I know. I have no,
Yeah, she's been blowing you up. I thought you knew, we're just ignoring her. All right.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think we have a lot more in common than they want us to believe, though. That's
We
the
do.
thing. Everyone has more in common. Everyone.
Absolutely. Like Don was just saying earlier, like if he has arguments with like some of his more liberal friends, you'll go off, you'll have your fucking
that was
shit, and
before the
like,
podcast we
you
were
have
talking
your
about.
shit, and like, but then again, like if you're still gonna fuck, you still fuck with them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
still fuck with you. You're my friend of mine. Yeah, you might have different views in here. You see things different, fine. And it doesn't change me as my core who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never gotten into like a debate with my friends about any of that shit where afterwards I was like, they don't like me. Like it's always been like, an argument or whatever, and then at the end it's like whatever. It's never like I see them the next time and it's awkward or something. It's,
Yeah,
it's what life is about.
Dude, even when shit gets blown out of proportion, as guys, it's never like that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, next day, maybe even like a couple hours later, it's just like 10 minutes sometimes. It's just like, hey, so what's
Like
going on?
I've told this story a couple times, but when COVID was like at its craziness, at its like tip top shit. Now I wasn't like falling for the vax, but this is like 3 weeks in. We're thinking that everyone's gonna die. Like 50% of the population's going
when
to die.
everyone was on the same page.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is like maybe it's like a month or two in, but we're still like, Jesus Christ, how long is this going to go on? Its tensions are high. Nick Kuhn, so Oliver's little. We're at the house. Nick Kuhn would come over. He would just stop by, and it was no big deal. No big deal for Nick to stop by. But like then COVID hit, and like sometimes after work he would just like stop by.
Right, like from his work clothes.
Yeah, like in his work clothes and stuff. And then he was like telling us like how his mom like had to make him strip down before he got into the house and stuff like that. But I'm like, but then you're coming over here, bro, and I got like a little kid, and like we just all thought it was like, dude, you can't just like show up. And I, like he also like he knew he was kind of in the wrong, and he was like felt a little embarrassed by it. But it got to the point where like. Because he was like, well, you're the one that says this isn't even fucking real and shit. Like, so he's like coming at me, but obviously you think it's real and you're taking it serious. But then you come over here because I was like downplaying it kind of from the beginning. But he's like, you're the fucking one that don't even believe in it anyway. Blah blah. So we got into like a yelling match in my kitchen, and we were just like, fuck you, and he's like, you're a bitch. I'm like, you're a bitch. Fuck you. And we're just like yelling at each other, and then he dipped, and I dude, it was probably like. I was going to say the next day, but I feel like it was 20 minutes later. You know what I mean? He calls me. He's like, yo, my bad, bro. Like, I was like, just shit's crazy with this COVID shit. Tensions are high, and I'm like, yeah, dude, my bad too. Like, but 20 minutes, they literally flared up to a point where it was like, you're a bitch. No, you're a bitch. No, fuck you. And 20 minutes later, you're like, I was an asshole.
that got a little.
my
That's
bad.
how. I mean, I feel like that's just like a male trait. Also, I mean, women don't do that. Like,
No, they'll
not to be
literally
sexist here, but like they'll hold grudge. They'll literally string apart their entire relationship over 3 months of like, she didn't text me back quick enough.
No, because
or something like that.
Because her friend told her that she looked tired, so she never messaged her back.
Yeah, and then
they haven't spoke for 3 years.
Yeah, and then it's like I
too
can't.
tired today.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't imagine one of my just like my entire relationship with this person, and then I got one weird text, and then I'm just like, fuck it. If he wants to text me back, like guys will just straight up call the dude, and be like, yo, what the fuck is up? What's going on? And then you'll settle it, but like, I guess that comes from like just evolutionary being like, we just fight like physically, and then it gets solved after that, and then I guess chicks don't have that sort of thing, and they kind of just
put it on the back burner. It's
Yeah.
almost like they put it. They don't. I deal with my shit right then and there, right? I like to kind of this
because
is
I don't
weird.
like the
Let me sort it.
anxiety of not
Exactly.
knowing what's going on. I'd
Exactly.
rather get it
Yep.
over with.
Yeah.
Know where we stand.
Yeah.
If we hate each other or if we don't, whatever, get it over
Yeah.
with. Rather than like have this slow burning thing in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Of like, oh well, I'm not gonna text him because he's not. I don't know if he's happy with me or blah blah blah. Just fucking what's good?
And that's what the best part about like we getting in arguments with or little just spats with the close friends is like that because you can do that, right? It's a way to kind of flex your alpha, masculine, whatever that is, and then kind of you can battle. And the next minute you'll be like, so what you want a beer or you want to go to the bar?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like it's dope. But everything cool? Everything all right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about how men and women are different, and we like guys can have just like arguments and be cool. And I was telling him how when me and you had that like little blow up during COVID, and we were like, "Fuck you, no, you're a bitch, you're a bitch."
Hold up, you see how Nick Coon said his vape died and he just hit a fucking vape?
It's
Anybody
gross.
else peep that?
It's
It's
really
probably
gross.
it's probably
it is dead.
atomizer.
Oh, yeah.
It's so dead.
But no, yeah, it was like
Plus, get your own fucking vape. I'm so sick of that. That's what I'm saying right now. I'm so sick of going in public with fucking people that vape too, but then they're like, "Can I hit your vape?" And it's like, get your fucking vape. God damn.
Hey, I was gonna bring a pack of six.
I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of having to wipe it, worry about people's shit. touching my shit.
COVID coming back.
Yeah, like, and then it's COVID season too. It's wintertime.
It's COVID season.
You
COVID.
didn't have any problem bumming one of Zach's cigs though.
Yeah, it became my
it's his own.
sig. It's my own sig.
I get it. No
Oh
problem.
man, dude,
It's
that's
just
a
like-
thing. That's a thing about cigs though.
God damn.
The bust me down on cigs thing. The bust me down on that cig.
Yeah.
Oh, that has to die at a certain age. Or at a certain level of drunkenness. You know what I mean? You could be drunk and make it still
100%.
acceptable, but like if you're over 30 years old and you're like asking people to bust you down on that cig 100% sober out front of a 7-Eleven, you gotta do some real reflections.
There's a difference between not having cigs on you and getting cigs, and then just being the guy that's like on the sidewalk, like, yo, can I get a cig? It's like, motherfucker, there's a corner store right there. Go buy a pack.
Do you remember when people
They're
like
$1 a piece
well
now.
back when we smoked, people would give you $1 for a cigarette. It was like $5-6 for a pack when like I was buying them in high school or whatever. Now it's like $1, fucking that's probably worth like 10 cents at that point.
Yeah.
Now it's like no, but I need $1 for this fucking cigarette.
Yeah,
$12 a pack.
Yeah,
Dude. Give me
I
a
do
fucking
need
$1
for
a
the
cigarette.
They're costing me 75 cents a piece.
Yeah, back then it was
I
nah,
need a-
bro. You don't gotta give me $1. You can
Yeah,
have one.
because when I have a pack
Need a
of cigs, I'll
profit
give a
quarter
fucking
at
random
least.
dude. One time, a homeless dude was there. I gave him $1 and a cig, and he was like, "Holy shit!"
That's
No
a fucking.
he was like, "What the fuck? No one's ever done that. That's awesome."
That's an extra.
And I was like,
step.
"I'm not giving you a lighter though, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Get your shit together."
Dude, oh man. Shit's getting out of hand sometimes with this tipping culture though.
The what culture?
This
Oh, the tipping?
This
Oh,
tipping
now
culture.
everyone
like
expects
not
a tip.
tipping, or
No, just
expect, like-
everyone expects a fucking
Yeah, now
tip,
you
dude.
do
You go
anything,
to Dunkin' Donuts
and they flip the
go-
thing around. And it's like, "Oh, how much? Just
it's
yeah.
gonna it's
complete
gonna
the prompt on the screen
Yeah.
and then fill it out."
it's gonna ask you a question. I'm like,
Yeah,
you know
I
what
know.
it's asking me.
bro. That's an I typically honestly.
You know what it's
Yeah, and
asking.
then
You know what it's
they
gonna
do it, and
ask
they like
me.
look away. They're like,
Yeah.
"Motherfucker."
I have a little more respect for the people at Starbucks when they don't do me the prompt because they don't have to do the prompt thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times, some of the
They can
cashiers will
cancel it
just
out
like
themselves.
they'll just skip it. They'll be like, dude, he's getting He's already spending $8 on a coffee. He's already gay. Like, just you're gonna take another dollar from him?
Yeah, I don't. You know.
But yeah, it's dude.
Yeah, and it's counterintuitive because
I can't do it.
you and I both are from the restaurant industry. You guys worked in restaurants before,
I never
right?
did.
Me
I
too.
never, I never did like
That's where I
serving. never
started.
served.
So
No.
exactly.
yeah.
So
Dom,
we're
you got
all
something you
I
know,
served.
great.
Thank
put
you
in
for
my
your
time.
service. But yeah, so but
I've done everything but cook
Fucking GoPro.
and bartend.
But yeah, we all come from like a tipping culture, and like I grew up. You know, I spent 7 years in the service industry, living off tips. So it feels weird. And I'm the biggest advocator of like tip people. You know,
I agree.
but then it came to this part where it's like now people that you shouldn't tip get tipped, and I'm like, all right, it's different. Like if someone's, you know, if you go to a car wash or you do a fucking haircut.
Yeah.
You go to a bar. That's like those are the kind when people are
It's a
actually
service.
providing an active service
I
to
agree.
you, then you tip. And then it's just like some guy that rang up your shit and completed a transaction that's getting paid hourly, and then it's like tip me 20%. I'm like, dude, no, that's not how
Yeah.
that works.
Nah,
Like,
it's
Like
not-
you're
doesn't
getting
make sense.
paid already.
Yeah.
You're getting paid. I mean, like, dude, and then sometimes
That's the
it's-
job. That's what you got.
Where is it at?
came here
Where
for.
was it at, Dom? Again? You
What?
said that example you just said
what example?
of the
I think
turnaround,
it was
like
just
What is
a
that,
tip?
anywhere?
Just like
Starbucks,
everywhere.
whatever.
Oh,
Like
oh,
everywhere. You never seen that where like they'll
No,
just-
yeah, I've had it
yeah,
encountered.
any
it's
counter
Starbucks.
they do, and they have the fucking they even
You're
like
a fucking Kroger.
they
and-
amped it up with the fucking swivel fucking thing. Like they
Yeah.
turn the shit
all
around.
pompous and shit.
Yeah,
fucking,
like here it is. What do you?
I'm
fill it
not
out.
tipping 20% on
And
this backyard
and then some of
trailer
them-
car.
Some of them,
You know what I
fucking,
mean.
Like, there's no option to not tip, and then you have to be an asshole and be like, "How do I not tip?"
oh,
And
I
like,
haven't experienced that.
Oh,
Like,
you don't. You,
Yeah.
But well, what you have to do is
Custom zero.
there's always a cash option.
Yep.
You press cash, and then you don't
Mm.
fucking give them cash.
or if you custom and hit zero. But like, here's not, dude. This whole
Wow.
tipping everybody thing is out of control. I'm a person. I like to tip on like to go orders. Like I'll tip 10% on to go orders.
well,
if
you're
it's,
still
like,
making it,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, like the
There's
people are
I
still
feel like
making
that.
it, but
It's
like
not, you know.
What if you go pick it up?
sometimes
Though?
even that I don't think that's not necessary. I only
No.
do that because I run a restaurant. You know what I mean? Like,
And
that's,
also, in my brain,
Do you tip
If-
on takeout?
yeah,
I
do,
tip
'cause-
10% on takeout, but it's only because
I don't even
like,
do that.
Yeah,
See,
a
that's-
lot of people don't. And
because
that's
I grew-
acceptable. It's
You know,
perfectly
I
acceptable.
worked in a pizza shop for 3 years, or actually many years, but my main job for like 2 or 3 years was working in a pizza shop, working the counter, and getting a tip was extremely, extremely rare. You might get one a day, and that was fine. I'd never even expected one. You know what I mean? And the difference. Then I started like delivery driving and shit like that, and I used to have the fucking tip prompt on my phone, and I would like hand it to the person.
Oh,
And there were plenty of times where people were like, how do I sign? While it says like 15%, 20%, 25%, they'd be like,
And
how do
then,
I just want to sign.
I just want to sign.
And then after a while, I started realizing who was going to tip me and not,
Yeah.
and I would just not even hand them the phone. I would just be like, here's your food. They'd be like, all right. And then I would just get back in my car.
$5
Shit
tip.
up. Yeah.
Well,
Because it charges their card later on.
and
And it's like only $5, so it's like
so
at
you were
the end
just
of the day, who's
committing
gonna...
fraud. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I was just basically stealing from people.
But I used to. Now I'll.
I
I'll
justified
tip,
it to myself though. It's all right.
I'll tip extra now, like a delivery driver. Like I used to just do like $5 all day, but now like I'll do like $10 delivery driver because I feel like it ensures that my food's not being fucked with, and they're gonna kind of maybe take care of my shit to get
And
it
that's
there.
tipping
You know what I
in
mean?
general.
That's
Tipping
what
in
I- yeah,
general,
like
insure. I remember one guy that I knew was like, he was a Greek guy. He was like, you know what TIP stands for? To ensure personal service. And I'm like, that's not true. But anyway, it does make sense. You go to a bar that you're a regular at,
yeah.
and you tip well. Like they started doing it to me at
Bro.
the Barrel House.
Yeah.
If you tip well,
They
they're
get
not
your
going to ring
drinks.
up all your shit.
Yeah,
They're
and-
going to ring you in 1, maybe 2 drinks. You have 5 drinks. You pay for 2. You tip them 100%, more. You wind up paying less. The
Yeah.
bartender winds up making money.
and it's a better
restaurant-
experience.
yeah,
when
the
you
rest-
come back,
Exactly.
it's better. I'm with you.
Yeah, they serve you first.
Yeah, they serve
They
you
go the
more.
extra mile.
Yep.
Um,
Some places it's really necessary to
And
overtip.
it's so
Yeah.
counterintuitive
Yeah.
to like explain to people like, I promise you, if you just pay a little extra a couple times, you will save money
yeah.
in the long
It's
run.
true.
You're making an investment towards
Yeah.
the future for sure.
Absolutely.
But I just think that tipping is getting out of control. I think tipping a food truck is crazy. It really depends, but I think certain food trucks, bro, like I think it's tipping a food truck is
Well, it's the
crazy.
same thing as
dude.
carry out, right? So I understand like it's I understand tipping it, but it's like to even like have it start at like 20%. Some
It's
like they
crazy.
start like at 20%.
It just
They
adds
go to
it
like
on.
30, and I'm like, 10%
Who the
here.
fuck
It's
tips
like,
30%?
That's what I'm like. But it's like some of these.
Is a
you know,
10% tip not acceptable? Like, dude, we're at Taco Bell the other day, and they're like, "Do you want to round up and donate?" They don't even tell you what you're donating
never
to.
Wawa does
Never
that.
I
donate.
guarantee the
on the self checkout.
the
They
employees
donate
have like
1% of that.
Did we already talk about this? Like,
No.
So it turns out, they've already when they said you want to round up for children's cancer or whatever.
yeah.
They've already. That company's already donated that. They've donated that already because that's helped with their tax shit. So all they're doing is recouping the money they gave
Yeah.
by you giving to
So
that.
and they make
So
more
don't-
money.
So what they're doing is just getting their money back from what they've already gave.
They're
So
literally
don't fucking round
all
up
they did was
ever,
make an
ever.
investment to
Yes.
that company to be able to say this money's going to that company.
Right. So just don't ever round
Yeah,
up.
then they
'cause
get
it's
to
not-
write it all off on their taxes.
Exactly.
Anyway, too.
So fuck that. Don't do it. It's already that charity's already got their money from that.
Donate
They're-
yourself.
They're not going to do nothing for them kids anyway. They're not going to. They already have a cure for cancer.
Yeah.
They're not going to. It doesn't matter. They're just going to keep killing us because there's more money in cancer treatment than there
Toby
is in
Keith.
saving it.
Toby
Yep.
Keith just suffered this.
Yep.
Stomach
See?
cancer,
Yep. So
and Garth will hide the bodies.
yes, sir.
Exactly.
You know what's a really fucking crazy racket is Goodwill, dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't go.
So
often.
it smells
I-
so bad.
I
in there.
donate to Goodwill, and then I go in and I use the
You
20
buy
I
your
use
shit
the-
back.
You
I use
can
the
get some
20%
tax
off.
write-offs, though.
Yeah. I write. I used to write off my donations on my taxes all the time. You have to, but now that that was when I was like working for myself, so I had to like work the tax system a little bit.
Yeah.
But now it's just like standard deductible, just W-2s in there, boom, boom, boom. But before I donate and they give you 20% off your next purchase, like coupon when you donate, and they give you the sheet to fill out for your taxes or whatever. So I'll go into Goodwill and I'll get $100 item or whatever I'll get the $100 worth of shit for $20 off or whatever. Anyway, the people pricing this shit, it's out of control. It's out of control, dude. Like some of this shit is literally more than it cost new, and they're just like putting a crazy fucking price on this, and they're getting it for free.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And then all the good shit doesn't make it to the floor.
Yeah,
it gets
I've
sent
seen
to Goodwill Online, which
I've
is
seen
like
some,
their eBay service.
Tommy Hilfiger shit for like $15. I'm like, there's Marshalls will sell some Tommy Hilfiger shirts
Marshalls
for
got good
$15,
shit.
dude. But the biggest come up I've ever had at a thrift store, I saw a pair of Ferragamo loafers, like dress shoes. Like, I was like, they were like behind like the glass case and everything, behind the by the counter, and I was like, how much are those? She was like, oh, $22. I was like, give me
them.
I was like, she was like, what size are you? I was like, give me I don't care. Give me them. And they wound up there like a size too small. I could still fit in them, but like I even bought like one of the leather stretcher things that you put in the shoes. But I've worn them a couple times. My feet always hurt like shit afterwards. But they're fucking hard as shit.
That's
dude.
tough.
Like
Yeah.
they got the fucking Ferragamo metal thing on the front and everything. They're like $700 retail.
Damn.
Yeah, I'd have already sold them on eBay myself.
Yeah, like the
I'd have quick flip them bitches.
No, I like them. I like having them.
Ferragamo. I just to say you have Ferragamo loafers. You know.
Yeah, man. Fuck
It's a
yeah.
rap song flex.
Yeah, and then I have a fake Ferragamo belt, but it looks very real. I've gotten many compliments on
Wear
it.
with the shoes and no one questions nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's like, he's not gonna get fake loafers. He's gonna get fake loafers.
Exactly. Like he's got real Ferragamo loafers. He's got the belt's got to be real.
Yeah. Why are you gonna not splurge on the belt? But yeah, dude, Goodwill for getting all the shit for free. They just price it outrageous, and you can't even find like super crazy good shit anymore because everything goes to their online selling service. Like you used to be able to find video games there, like all kinds
Video
of shit back in the
games?
day. Yeah, like
They have some pretty good furniture.
I'm trying to
there,
find a
too.
shit.
Dreamcast.
yeah.
Dude, that'd be sick.
I should have never got rid of mine.
I know. I agree.
Do you think? Do
just
you
wanna
think it'd be
play.
an entertaining podcast to? Because I'm trying to set up a studio inside, and I've got like I got my office like kind of it's like halfway. My desk is done, but I got
Why inside? What's wrong with out here?
I just want to have like a alternate setup in case it's either too hot or too cold out here. Because like July, I don't care how many air conditioners we run in here. It's like sweating our tits off if you're in here for more than an hour.
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
Then in January, it was pretty rough. Like it was hard to get in here, especially. Yeah, it just is cold. And I mean, I'm thinking about just drywalling this. And anyway,
What, the ceiling?
like insulating and putting a wall up there and there and being able to like temperate this room a little bit better. But I do want to have a setup inside. But basically, it's gonna be just like just very basic setup, and it's kind of my gaming room. So I have like an N64. I have like this thing called basically this thing that plays Sega, NES, and Super NES games. I got an N64,
like an emulator.
but it's like
Very
it's
cool.
actual system. You can put the different cartridges in it.
Shit.
Damn.
I've got my Xbox, a Wii, and I'm gonna set it all up in like a gaming situation. I'm like, do you think it'd be entertaining to if you had what was on the screen, like also on the screen, because I have the capability of maybe setting that kind of production up as well, like having a little box of us, what we're playing, and then also have us talking while we're playing games. Like, would people watch us play FIFA?
I mean, that's something you do like on. That's like a Twitch type vibe. You know, what I mean, you could start like a different like
a live,
you know,
do a
something like
live,
that. There's
live
definitely.
stream.
I mean, right now we're not getting fucking. You know,
I don't know. Last episode we dropped got like 65 views on
That's bad.
So,
on YouTube. That's solid.
But I'm
bro.
just saying, like, I mean,
on
so
over an hour podcast.
Still being in the beginning
No,
of this,
yeah.
like we can go whatever we want to do. We can fucking do it. Who fucking cares?
Yeah,
So I'm down with that. That'd be fun.
but that might be the move, is making that a live streaming room. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm setting up the an office inside just because we moved everything to the master bedroom.
Yeah.
So I got an extra room that I want to tweak out. That's why
Dope.
that top thing's not there, because it was the rest of the desk. I have my mom's old desk from her house.
Oh, shit.
That big joint.
That's a nice desk.
But yeah, so real quick, conspiracy theories that I just want to go through some conspiracy theories. I'm going to rattle them off. We're not going to go into them, but I want to hear if it's yes, I can believe that.
Okay.
No, that's outrageous, or maybe that
Okay.
they're possibly
No,
some truth to that.
Okay. Okay.
No, yes, or maybe.
All right. Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dragons once existed.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm maybe on that.
I would say maybe.
I'm gonna say maybe too, because
I'll just say maybe.
I mean we have to believe in giant lizards from the prehistoric days, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
yeah.
And if you see like
There's
all
just,
that bullshit.
like
The
old
evidence.
ancient artwork and shit, you see like they don't. I don't know. Feel like. I don't know.
Yeah,
People can be
maybe.
creative, but whatever.
Yeah.
Good.
Giants.
Yes.
Just a full yes on
Yeah.
giants.
Full yes.
What do you mean by existing now? Or
No, have
ever
ever
existed?
existed? Yeah.
I would probably say maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say yeah, because
I did a little dive.
I did some diving on the giants.
I never even thought of that.
There's some weird shit.
Maybe. I mean,
you're a
the
maybe.
world's
on
been
the
I-
around
here's-
for
here's the
fucking millions of years.
I'm going medium well on that, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
medium well. So it's a maybe yes, right? Because it's like I feel almost like I can't believe there's fucking like I'm talking like 100. I'm talking big fucking.
Oh, you're
giants.
talking big guys.
I'm
You're
not
talking,
100 foot, but maybe like 20, 30 foot fucking humans is what
Gotcha.
I'm fucking.
Humanoids
Some
that
shit
you
I've
say.
seen, like what
Wow.
in my my research. So that's a possibility, but because of how big they seem to be, I'm like maybe fucking.
Did you hear
not.
about that?
We've been around for so
What did you
little
see
time in terms of how long the Earth's been
That's what
around.
I'm
like,
saying.
there's a lot of shit that could have happened.
Yeah,
and we have
man.
no
Did you
idea.
see that big ass? Did you see the
What did you-
marine, the giant that killed all those Marines? Did you hear about that story?
The 6 Marines up in
The 6 Marines. Then he
I
killed
don't
him
know.
with
The John of a giant killed
he
him. Is
killed
that
him
what
with a
happened?
spear, and he was redheaded. He had 6 fingers. I don't know. Did you look into that?
No,
one?
I didn't look into that. No.
How
Okay.
did they?
I'm
How did
just
they
looking-
get all that fucking information when they died?
Well, there was they took the giant down. Then it was flew out with helicopters right after. It was in Iraq, I think.
There's an Iraqi giant.
It was a cave giant, but he had red hair, so he was like a Scottish Iraqi giant.
A Scottish Iraqi giant.
All right, so giants is a yes.
That's the name of the podcast.
A yes to maybe.
Scottish
That's a
Iraqi
maybe for me.
giant.
So we said dragons, giants.
We said maybe. That means we
Yeah,
said maybe.
we said maybe on the
Okay,
giants.
I thought it made it sound like we said yeah.
No, I said a couple people said yes, straight up yes. But me and Zach both kind of dialed it back.
Well, just
order.
because there's certain things I see where I'm like I'm talking about the trees, right? There's certain like some of this stuff coming out now where like they're petrified trees, right? If you look at that, they say it's like a mountain, but that has rings like a fucking tree, right? And that shit's fucking.
Oh, are you
massive.
talking about like the Earth had these
We
massive giant
just
trees
I mean, like,
that are now petrified?
like
and-
so like almost it's stone, but it's like clay also. It's just which would after a while as trees like I don't know what happened in years,
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of years, but it's just weird to me that look at the rings on that, right?
I see the rings. I
So
see
it's
how
just-
it could look like
it's
a
weird,
tree.
like, you know what I mean? I can see like that. To me, that looks like a fucking tree stump, and it's fucking massive. So when I think it see that kind of shit, and that's something. It's kind of like, hey, you know, who knows?
2.5 miles across.
Who knows? It looks weird to me, right? That's why the rings looks like a tree ring. So I'm like, if trees are that big, then humans could have been fucking big as fuck. That's why. It's
Well,
a
you
maybe
know,
yes
back
That's
in
it.
the back
That's it.
back in a
That's
long
my-
time ago, when the oxygen levels inside the atmosphere were a lot higher, bugs would be gigantic.
You know?
Because their bodies could grow to that. Like scorpions used to be like the size of dogs.
We talked about
we
that.
Did talk about
Fuck
that.
that. Yeah.
That's
so that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. So I just feel like.
All right, what's the next
maybe
one?
yes.
The hollow Earth theory.
Which
I don't know about this.
I know.
Hollow
absolutely
Earth
nothing about
theory
that, so I'm
is
saying
that there
no.
is a world, an Earth, inside of the Earth. There's a whole civilization and things that live
Maybe.
inside of the Earth.
I mean, here's the thing.
We've only been down 8
That's
miles.
where Bigfoot's
We've only
at.
been down
Is that
so
the
He's
far.
even
farthest
hiding
we've
the
been
whole
down?
time.
Yeah, so they've been down to 8 miles, and then it got too hot for like the drills and everything
because of the
to
magma.
to go far, and that's but the Earth apparently is like 400 and some thousand miles, like from
Deep, yeah.
you know.
That's
into
if
the
it's not
center.
flat.
Diameter.
Yeah,
That's if it's not. That's if
not
it's actually
off.
round.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother debate.
So the
But that-
hollow
that-
Earth theory is
That could be a maybe to me. Like I said, everything. I mean, that's a maybe to me.
and it's
I
thin,
just don't know
it's
enough.
thinned on the North and South Pole. Antarctica's a fucking crazy one for me. I've been really heavy in the Antarctic shit. That 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer pyramid that's bigger than all the pyramids
Yeah.
that we
What?
know today.
There's weird
there's
shit
a
down there
2
that-
kilometer by 2 kilometer
Where in Antarctica?
pyramid in Antarctica that
I need eyes on this.
okay,
What's
dude,
going on?
yeah, it's
No, so that's what's going.
yeah, this is via History Channel, by the
They,
way,
but
guys.
they have a bunch of like, there's a bunch of like
Who
monoliths and like
broadcast
shit
ancient
down there.
aliens, so it has to be real.
Yeah. But I mean, so what the conspiracy on what? Is Antarctica a weird place or
Well,
what's the
clearly it is because we have this
Yeah, I know
pact
that.
signed, like that nobody can go there.
You ever seen
Uh,
Antarctica's flag?
No.
It's pretty cool looking.
Is it the flat Earth model?
Probably. This is the LRG logo.
Yeah.
I'll look it up right now. Which is like, who made the flag?
Look, that's the pyramid
The
in Antarctica.
Rothschilds.
They're saying that it could be,
Yeah, that just looks like a mountain, though.
Let me see.
dude. It's like perfect. Yeah, I mean maybe. Yeah, so I mean it's
Nah, yeah, I mean definitely. I see that it comes to a point.
That's the Antarctica flag.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
A fucking pyramid.
Oh,
we just
Show
cracked
the
the case
camera,
here.
show
On,
the camera.
we just cracked the case here on Slippery
You
Stallions.
can't see them here, but you know
The
we bring
pyramid.
them up. That's a fucking pyramid. It's shadow.
The pyramid is on the flag.
The writing is on the walls, folks.
So that's
I
a
just
yes.
think it's weird.
That is a fucking pyramid.
Yeah, bro.
All right, I believe it. Yes.
I just think
Yes.
yes. Full on Antarctica is a magical land.
Well, there's something hidden down there. What, and that's where like after Nazi Germany, show all the scientists that they're known to have gone there and built bases in fucking Antarctica. Weird
Well,
shit. That's a known thing.
What they did too, I heard Hitler lives there still, and
Have to piss.
He went to Argentina.
but what they did with the Antarctica thing is you can't go there. They actually just did these core samples right in Antarctica. I saw this on the History Channel as well. They did these core samples that showed that there was all this vegetation and jungle and like plant life in Antarctica like thousands of years ago.
Well, I believe that. 'cause
So
you-
it used to be like a jungle, and then, what they were saying is there's a one scientist who has a theory that there was like a pole shift
yeah, that's. I mean, it's,
that basically the whole outer crust of the Earth like moved.
they say like every 12,000, not every 12,000. I don't know what the, whoever the scientists say, but there is polar shifts, magnetic reversal of poles. It happens where it's just a major, everything reverses, right? And it's
Yeah.
the same thing why the Sahara, there's salt, like there's salt in the Sahara because at one time it was ocean. It was a green, and that's a known thing. So at some time where the pyramids were all kind of shit, like that was vegetation and then water was through there at one time, thousands of years ago. So I believe anywhere. I mean, even here, fucking who knows? I mean, this was like probably all ice, fucking, ice world at one time. So it's just everything changes over thousands of years. But I believe all that.
What do you guys think about the moon landing? Do you think the moon landing was a hoax? Do you think we've ever been to the moon?
There's a lot of
This one's rough for me.
Otherwise, but I'm gonna say maybe.
Yeah, I'd have to go maybe on that.
I'm not. I'm not sure that
The
we've
main
been
question
maybe.
that comes in my mind is why haven't we been back?
That's something.
Yeah.
Too. You know,
Yeah.
if it made one time back then, you tell me now with Elon Musk, we can't just land
And
there
the
and fucking
original,
hang out.
yeah,
it's
the
like
original
literally-
tapes were lost, or they taped. No, the NASA wanted to save money, so they taped over the original audio tapes. What?
Yeah,
And the
NASA
flag
had to
was-
tape over the audio tapes of the biggest excavation of anything we've ever done.
Well, and that's what people are saying too.
Excursion,
if you look
sorry.
at what they landed on the moon on, where was like the vehicle? How'd they get that there? That was some people saying too, and I never put that together. I guess but you could always have it, I guess, attached. I don't know, but the vehicle they were driving around on the moon.
Yeah.
There's the pod they landed on. Doesn't seem like it could hold that vehicle. It's one thing that people bring up.
I thought
don't
they
know.
built it on the moon, though.
That would make sense to me. That's why I never dig into. That would make sense. But how long you got to,
Yeah. What?
yeah, just built a fucking car.
It was
on
literally just a 2-man thing that just. I mean, it was barely even a car. It was just like
a buggy,
rails,
like a
and
buggy.
It was real. I mean, it was tiny.
Elon sent
That's
a
probably true. I mean,
Elon
I
sent
believe
a
that.
Tesla into space. Like,
What, just floating?
oh yeah, he launched an actual Tesla car.
Tesla with the Vision Pro
Yeah.
attached
Just
to it.
self-driving through space.
No, it literally just is floating around in space, and they have a dummy on it. Like you could say Tesla in space, and it's literally just shows this car just.
That's wild. You should put a Tesla on the fucking moon.
Yeah.
I watched
Put it on there.
Interstellar the
Well,
other
that's the
night.
thing.
That movie's fucking wild, dude.
Oh, my
It's
God.
so
'Cause
crazy
that-
in my
you-
brain.
What movie?
Well, that's the
Interstellar.
worst movie to
Oh,
watch.
yeah.
It's the
Interstellar,
worst
I've
movie to
seen it.
watch with your girlfriend because I'm over here trying to understand all the shit they're talking about. My girlfriend's like, "So wait, what's happening?" And I have to like pause and be like, "All right, so basically in space, the further you get away, the faster you move through space, the slower you actually move through time." She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Shut up!
And
You're gonna be asleep in 10 minutes
you
anyway."
start
Let me
realizing
fucking
you're
watch it."
sounding like a crypto bro explaining how DeFi works. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, so hear me out here.
Yeah. I don't know.
Starving, dude.
Yeah.
I
I
gotta,
don't know about you
I
guys,
gotta go fucking.
I haven't ate it all yet
get a
today.
car. Try to get Lauren a car today.
I think eating once a day would be clutch if I could ever do that. Some days I eat once a day, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
healthy.
I feel so.
Some
fucking
days I
good.
eat 20 times a day.
I used to like not even eat until I haven't eaten anything today. I'm like not even remotely hungry right now. I used to not eat until like 3 o'clock.
Breakfast
It's actually
is a
healthier
complete-
That's why I was skinny as shit. I gained like 40 pounds in the past 2 years.
The biggest meal
Yeah.
should be lunch.
But I was
and
like too skinny. I looked like I was on heroin or something.
Breakfast is a completely made up thing. Like by
But it is the best.
I love
It
breakfast.
is
food.
so
It really is. I
well,
tell
that's
you.
why I was,
Breakfast isn't real.
I've been talking. I've
That's
been
a
talking
conspiracy.
about.
Is breakfast real?
Is
That's a
breakfast
no.
real?
That's a no
Is
conspiracy of
breakfast
mine.
real? No, that's the thing that's kind of fucked up about breakfast is they have like some of the heartiest meals. I'm like, why is this not available
Yeah.
all day?
I think
every
I love
day?
it about breakfast is like sweets are a main or an entree. It's like
Yeah.
pancakes
Ah,
or an
yeah.
entree. Cinnamon buns.
Yeah. Oh man.
But then you got
dude.
you got biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, I'll kill
You
some
got
biscuits and gravy.
fucking eggs, hash browns, breakfast bacon, sausage.
Throw anything on a croissant.
breakfast
anything.
sandwich.
Try
though?
breakfast tacos. You get in that whole fucking
Breakfast
world. you get
burrito.
fucking- oh man.
Carne or what was it? Egg, huevos rancheros.
Yeah, man. I'm telling
Dude,
you, you get the
dude.
whole fucking world.
breakfast sandwiches.
Rancheros.
If you get a sausage, egg, and cheese
Rancheros.
with cream cheese on a bagel,
What is that? What'd you say?
sausage, egg, and cheese, or bacon, egg, and cheese with
Cream
cream
cheese.
cheese
I never
on a
had that.
bagel. That oh my god. Get some go to THB.
Dude, did I tell you?
Sounds
about
good
that?
though.
THB.
I love THB.
Hold on, did I tell you about that? The cream cheese move?
No, I used to.
All right, because that's my
Cucumbers.
That's my move. And
I used to know a Jewish girl.
TB3's has nothing on Bagel Works.
She's in a
I'm
tunnel
sorry.
now.
She's in hibernation.
She's tunneling. Yeah, dude, a sausage, egg, and cheese from Bagel Works with cream cheese on it is the fucking move.
What kind of bagel?
THB.
Everything.
Everything bagel.
Dude,
yeah.
Bagel Works
Hit a
shits
onion,
on
hit a
THB.
jalapeno cheese bagel.
Oh man.
No
sounds good.
way.
Like Old Bay
Bagel
bagel.
For
Works
bacon,
is-
egg, and cheese.
Fuck,
No,
I'm
dude,
hungry.
bagel-
Want
now.
everything
Y'all
a bagel?
motherfuckers
Yeah, we gotta
brought
wrap
it
this
out
up.
of me.
We gotta
Bagel
wrap
Works.
this up.
Dom, what
I'm
do
not
you like?
remotely hungry.
Dom, what do
He's
you
from
like?
Towson. He's
Huevo
gonna do
Rancheros.
TB3s.
Dude,
already
it's
know.
THB.
Whatever.
TB3s.
Tuberculosis.
Bagel
whatever.
Works is trash.
Bagel Works
It's
is
a
not.
THB on the way back to my house in Timonium.
Bagel Works is a
no. I'm hitting that shit up. Unless
Bro,
my
I'm
girl.
telling you, Bagel Works is the move.
Actually, my girl just went
Bel
to the
Air's
grocery store, so
finest.
I might cook up one of my fine brunch
Sunny day.
sandwiches.
There you go.
Or
Oh.
Sunset Cafe.
Before we wrap, has anyone eaten like a bison steak?
I don't think I've ever had bison.
I never have.
I've had venison. That's the farthest I've
You want a
ventured
bison
into
burger?
the
But
steak
never a steak.
world of another animal.
At Sprouts, they have bison sirloins, bison
I've had a bison
steaks.
burger,
Yeah,
but
They have bison ground bison. Ground bison. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. I was just wondering because I wanted to get some,
I've
some
had a-
elk or something crazy.
yeah, I went to some pub or whatever that had a
Jack.
bison elk burger. That was pretty good. There's really no difference. I mean, I guess when you grind it up, it's no difference. But
Yeah.
yeah, some fancy restaurants will serve venison, which is like I can just go to my redneck uncle's house and have it.
You get some backstrap.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It was a fun one,
Yeah.
and we will reconvene at another date.
All right.
This was a Slippery Stallions episode.
Hell yeah.
Have a good day.
See you.
Take it sleazy.
And you're finished.